Paragraphs are neat and all, but it seems like we're dealing with a list of things here. Who knows how to make a list in HTML? So li is a list item, right? Right, so OL is an ordered list, which usually shows up numbered. UL is an unordered list, which is usually bulleted. And inside either of those, you have list items, which are individually LI elements. So suppose we wanted to add this stuff to a list instead of a paragraph. I don't think the order really matters, so how about a UL? I know, Alex, ULs are really funny, man. I'm with you. So if we want to create an unordered list, what do I change on line 10? Change the P to a UL. Remember, we can't just put anything in here or we'll end up with an unknown element, which won't do us any good. So a valid element, UL, for unordered list. And so I will change my P variable to list. And I'm going to go ahead and change it everywhere before I forget. Otherwise, I'm sure I will forget. Even though we'll have to change it a little more. So here's what I'm going for. I want something like this. Inside of my div, you don't need to do this because I'm not keeping this here. This is just to demonstrate kind of the end goal. I want a UL in here, and I want an LI that says name, Davey. I want an LI that says age, older than you. LI, favorite color. I don't know, I want to display the favorite color somehow. Get the idea? So we want it to look like this when we add one. So we're trying to create this inside of stats. So we start out by making the UL itself. But we can't just set the text content of that, right? What do we need to do instead? Yeah, create a list item. One for each, right? So let's say const name item, I'm going to call it. Document.create element. What kind of element am I creating? Was that you? LI. Thank you, Zach. LI. Get it? Now what do I want to do to the LI? I want to turn it into this LI. What do I do to it? I've got it now. I didn't use query selector. I created it from scratch, but it doesn't matter. Now I've got it, so how can I make this show up in there? You know. Text content, yeah. So name item dot text content equals, I did backtick again for a template, name colon string interpolation name. I can do the same for age, right? Const age item document dot create element. It's an LI again. Doesn't need to be any different. You don't need to like come up with something unique to put in here. This is just the type of element you're creating. It's still just an LI. Age item dot text content equals backtick age colon dollar curly age. Favorite color? Well, that's tricky. Const color item. Again, just document.create element. LI. Oops. Color item dot text content favorite color. Well, we'll just do that for now. I suppose we could set the background color of color item if you wanted to do that. Just that one LI. Seem good? They going to show up now? Let's find out. I can get rid of my placeholder here. Refresh. Tappity tappity. Yay! I don't see anything. We learned how to inspect. Let's check it out real quick. Inspect. Elements. Here's our body. H1. Div stats. Oh, I see an empty UL. What gives? We've been betrayed. Yeah, Alex. So here's our UL, right? And at the end, we append the UL to the div. So the UL's there. We just created a bunch of list items off in space somewhere. They exist. They're just not on the page. So what should we do with them? Where? Yeah, what should we append them to? The list, right? Not straight into the div, because they're children of the list. Children of the List, based on Stephen King's horrifying thriller. So, list.append child, name item. Do that for all of them? Make sense? We're creating the LI, but it's not on the page. It's just floating off in the ether.
So each one of those created elements is separate?
Yep. We created one LI, we created another LI, saved them all to different variables. So we need to append them all. And we wouldn't have to do it, right underneath where we created them. We could do it all at the end right before we append the list, but I want to do it this way. Not going to fight me on that? Nope. List.append child. Color item. Now, mackety schmackety, blobbity blue, cyan. Yay! It works. It's kind of silly looking, but it works. I'll take it. Okay. So create a UL instead of a paragraph. And again, we append that to the div at the end. Then we create an LI just for the name. Set the text content of that LI with the word name, colon, and then the value from the form. Then we append that to the list. So then when the list is appended, the LI will be there. And then we just repeat for age in favorite color. Now, where are those changes that I made right now? Where do they live?
Working directory.
They're over here in my working directory. Git isn't paying any attention to them. If I want Git to track it, I need to add it to the index, aka stage it for commit. So let's do it. Yay, now it's in the index. But it's not a permanent part of our history yet. So we'll commit it. Add stats in an unordered list. All right, it's in our repository. It's not on GitHub yet. I'd like to put it there, so I will push. Push to my remote. And it knows which remote because the very first time we pushed, we specified. We just copied and pasted that line from GitHub.